All right, welcome back, everyone, for another deep dive. And today we are going deep into the world of AI.
Ooh, exciting.
It is exciting, yeah. And specifically, we're going to be looking at DeepSeek, which is a company that's making some pretty serious waves.
They are.
Yeah, they're building advanced AI models that rival, the big guys like OpenAI, but at a fraction of the cost.
And that's what's so captivating about this whole thing is they're not just like a little bit cheaper.
Right.
They're building these models with like 95% less computing power.
It's mind-blowing.
Like, that's crazy.
It is crazy, yeah. And the source for all of this is a really cool Twitter thread by Morgan Brown.
Oh, yeah. He's great.
Yeah, he breaks it all down. And just the idea that you could train AI models that are as powerful as, say, GPT-4, but need just a tiny sliver of the resources. It's just wild. So that's DeepSeek's claim. And we're going to figure out how they're doing it and what it all means.
Absolutely. And, to really understand the significance of all this, you have to grasp what the current state of AI is. Right now, training these top-tier models is incredibly expensive.
Yeah.
We're talking OpenAI is spending over $100 million just on the computing power alone.
Whoa.
They need these massive data centers that are packed with these really expensive specialized computer chips called GPUs.
So like needing an entire power plant to run a single factory.
Exactly. And that that creates a huge barrier to entry for anyone that doesn't have those kinds of resources just readily available.
Right. And so DeepSeek comes in and says, hold my metaphorical beer. We could do it for $5 million.
Yeah, like, come on.
That's a bold claim, right? But are the results actually comparable?
They're not just comparable. In some instances, they're actually exceeding the performance of models like GPT-4 and Claude.
Okay, color me intrigued.
Right.
What's their secret sauce?
Right.
How are they achieving this kind of efficiency?
Well, DeepSeek has really kind of revolutionized the way that these models are built.
It-
They're focused on efficiency at every step.
Got it.
And, one way they're doing that is using something called multi-token processing.
Okay.
Traditional AI models, they kind of read one word at a time.
Okay.
DeepSeek is reading whole phrases at once.
So like the difference between reading a sentence word by word versus just like grasping the whole meaning at once.
Precisely. Yeah. And then on top of that, they're really focused on memory efficiency.
Okay.
So, normally these calculations are done using 32-bit precision.
Okay.
DeepSeek said, hey, what if we use 8-bit precision?
Now, wait, hold on. Wouldn't that make the model less accurate? Like, is there a trade-off there?
There is a little bit of a trade-off.
Right.
They lose about 10% accuracy,
Okay.
but they gain a 75% reduction in memory usage.
Oh, wow.
Which is huge when you're dealing with the vast amounts of data these models need to process.
Right, that's pretty clever. But they didn't stop there, did they? They've got this whole expert system thing going on, right?
You're exactly right. So instead of having one massive model that's trying to do everything,
Okay.
DeepSeek is using specialized expert models. Think of it like having a team of specialists instead of one generalist.
Right.
You wouldn't call a doctor to get legal advice. You would call a lawyer. Right.
Right.
So it's the same kind of thing.
So DeepSeek's approach is like having a team of AI specialists, each with their own like unique expertise.
Yeah.
And you only activate the one you need for the task at hand.
Exactly. And that's another big difference.
Okay.
Traditional models have these trillions of parameters.
Okay.
And those parameters are all active all the time, no matter what they're doing.
Right.
Parameters are basically like the settings that control how the AI model learns.
Okay.
DeepSeek might have, a similar number of total parameters.
Okay.
But only a fraction of those are active at any given time,
Okay.
leading to huge efficiency gains.
This is raising a really interesting question in my mind, which is like, if this level of efficiency becomes the norm, could it change how we even think about AI hardware?
That's a great point. I mean, it certainly has the potential to disrupt the status quo.
So we've got a model that's cheaper, it's faster, it's potentially even more effective in some cases.
Yeah.
This is starting to sound almost too good to be true.
It does.
What's the catch?
The catch is it's open source.
Hold on, you mean anyone can access and verify their code and research?
That's right.
Wow, so DeepSeek is not really pushing the boundaries of efficiency, but they're also like championing transparency and open collaboration in the AI field.
Absolutely. And that's a key difference between this and the current AI landscape, which is heavily dominated by these tech giants with these seemingly limitless resources.
Right.
DeepSeek is saying, here's our blueprint, go build something amazing.
Yeah.
Like they're inviting everyone to the party.
That's a great way to put it. Yeah, and that's what makes this so disruptive, right? It's not about throwing money and hardware at the problem. It's about ingenuity, and finding elegant solutions.
Exactly.
All right, I'm officially on the edge of my seat.
Good.
What does this mean for the future of AI? If DeepSeek's approach takes off, are we talking about like a major shift?
Potentially, yeah. I mean, we could be looking at a seismic shift.
Okay.
Imagine AI development becoming far more accessible,
Right.
opening doors for startups, smaller companies, even individual researchers.
It's like leveling the playing field, and suddenly everyone has a chance to contribute to this incredible technology.
Exactly. And this increased accessibility could lead to a wave of innovation as more people gain access to the tools and knowledge needed to create these powerful AI models.
Okay, so is this an everybody wins situation? What about the big players like your OpenAIs? Are they just going to like sit back and watch this happen?
I don't think they're going to stand still. They definitely have the resources and the expertise to adapt and evolve.
They're not exactly slouches when it comes to AI innovation.
Exactly. But the key takeaway here is that DeepSeek has exposed this new path, a more efficient approach.
Right.
It's like a shortcut has been revealed, and now everybody is racing to see who can leverage it most effectively.
So it's not necessarily a winner-takes-all situation, but rather like a catalyst for even faster advancement across the entire field.
Exactly.
Man, this is getting exciting.
Right.
Okay, so we talked about those pricey GPUs.
Yeah.
And if you don't need as much computing power, does that change the game for companies like NVIDIA that are making, a fortune selling these chips?
Absolutely. If DeepSeek's approach becomes the standard, NVIDIA may have to adapt to a world where their high-end GPUs are no longer the only option for AI development.
Oh, wow.
Imagine a future where like a regular gaming GPU, which is far more affordable, becomes powerful enough for many AI applications.
That's a major disruption to their business model. It's fascinating how one company's innovation can send these like ripples through a whole industry.
For sure.
And speaking of disruption, it's hard not to draw a parallel between DeepSeek's success with a relatively small team and the vast resources of companies like Meta, right? The classic David versus Goliath situation.
It really is, and I think this is a perfect example of disruptive innovation. Okay.
While established players are focused on incrementally improving existing methods, DeepSeek completely reimagined the fundamental approach.
They basically said, what if we could train powerful AI models using just a fraction of the resources?
Yeah.
And that simple question led to a breakthrough that could potentially change everything.
It really is a reminder that sometimes the biggest advancements come from questioning the assumptions that we all hold as like immutable truths.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here, from DeepSeek's innovative techniques to the potential ripple effects across the whole AI industry.
Yeah, for sure.
But before we get too far ahead of ourselves, let's take a step back and consider, the broader implications of this AI revolution.
Wow.
What does this mean for everyday people, for our listeners?
Yeah, that's the question that we need to start thinking about.
Yeah.
We're talking about this potential inflection point in the history of AI, a moment where access to this powerful technology could become significantly more democratic and widespread.
Yeah. And with that increased access comes a whole bunch of new possibilities, but also some potential challenges that we need to consider very carefully.
And that's what we'll delve into next. So we're talking about like a potential AI boom, right?
Yeah.
A democratization of this incredible technology.
Yeah.
But what does that actually look like?
Yeah.
Where could we see the impact of this shift first?
I mean, one area that kind of immediately springs to mind is healthcare.
Okay.
Imagine a world where AI is more affordable and accessible.
Right.
Advancements in like personalized medicine, drug discovery, even robotic surgery could happen at a much faster pace.
It's kind of mind-boggling to think that AI could help doctors diagnose diseases earlier.
Yeah.
And more accurately, what about personalized treatment plans, like based on someone's genetic makeup? Is that stuff within the realm of possibility?
Oh, absolutely. And, we could see AI-powered platforms that tailor learning to each student's pace and style. It's like having a personal AI tutor guiding you through your studies.
The world-class teacher available 24/7, that's incredible.
Exactly.
But it's not just healthcare and education, right?
Right.
What about the impact on businesses?
Yeah, I mean, this could revolutionize everything.
Okay.
From customer service and marketing to supply chains.
Wow.
Small businesses that couldn't afford these sophisticated AI solutions before could suddenly have access to tools that level the playing field with their larger competitors.
So we could see this waves of new AI-powered startups disrupting industries that were once untouchable.
For sure.
This is starting to feel like a real turning point.
It is exciting, but it's important to remember that this shift isn't going to happen overnight.
Right, of course.
There are going to be bumps along the way.
Right. Companies like OpenAI and Anthropic, these guys aren't just going to roll over.
Yeah, they're not going anywhere.
They're powerhouses in the AI world.
They are. And, they're probably already working on incorporating DeepSeek's innovations into their own models.
Oh, interesting.
But the genie is out of the bottle now.
Yeah.
The industry is aware of this more efficient approach,
Right.
and that knowledge is spreading rapidly.
So it's a race to see who can adapt and innovate fastest.
Exactly.
And it's not just about the big companies, is it?
No, you're right.
What about the role of governments and research institutions in all of this?
They're going to play a crucial role
Okay.
in fostering this new era of AI development.
Okay.
They need to make sure that responsible AI practices are at the forefront of this whole revolution.
Absolutely. It's essential that we develop AI in a way that benefits everyone, not just a select few.
Right.
This brings up a really crucial point. Education.
Yeah.
As AI becomes more embedded in our lives, we need to equip people with the knowledge and skills to navigate this new world.
Absolutely. We need to kind of demystify AI, empower people to use it responsibly.
Right.
Imagine AI literacy being as fundamental as reading and writing.
Wow.
Where children grow up understanding not just how to use AI, but how to create it and shape it for good.
That's a powerful vision.
Yeah.
But let's bring it back to the individual level. What can our listeners do to prepare for this AI-powered future?
Yeah.
What are some steps they can take right now?
Well, first and foremost, stay curious.
Okay.
Keep learning about AI advancements. There are so many resources available online.
Yeah.
Everything from introductory courses to in-depth research papers.
Or dive in, get your hands dirty.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to experiment.
Right.
There are tons of free and open source AI tools available to play with and explore.
So learning about the tools is important, but it's not enough, is it?
No, it's not.
You need to actually think critically about the implications of this technology.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Ask yourself how AI can be used to solve problems that you care about. How can you contribute to shaping a future where AI benefits everyone?
Exactly.
We're entering this era of limitless possibilities, a time for bold ideas and innovative thinking. It's about using the power of AI to make the world a better place.
And who knows, maybe one of our listeners will be the one to make the next groundbreaking discovery.
We've covered a lot today, from the technical details of DeepSeek's approach to the wider, societal implications of this AI revolution.
Yeah.
It's been an incredible journey so far.
It has.
But before we wrap things up, we want to leave you with this final thought.
Okay.
Imagine a world where AI development is significantly cheaper and more accessible.
Where the barriers to entry are lowered and the playing field is leveled.
What will you create?
What impact will you have?
That's the question that, keeps me up at night.
Me too. The potential is just so vast, it's almost overwhelming.
It's both exhilarating and a little bit daunting,
Yeah, totally. And this isn't just about faster algorithms or cheaper hardware. This is about a fundamental shift in how we solve problems, how we innovate, how we express our creativity.
Thinking back to DeepSeek's story, it really highlights the power of asking the right questions.
It does.
They didn't just set out to build a better AI model. They actually questioned the very foundation of the field.
Yeah.
They said, what if there's a more efficient way, a smarter way?
And that simple act of questioning led to a breakthrough that has the potential to reshape the entire landscape.
It's a powerful reminder. The true progress often begins with a question, a willingness to challenge the status quo and explore new possibilities.
Absolutely.
So to our listeners, we challenge you. What assumptions are you holding on to?
What questions are you not asking?
What potential breakthroughs are hidden in plain sight, just waiting for someone to ask the right question?
It's out there.
And that brings us to the end of our deep dive into DeepSeek and the future of AI.
I hope you enjoyed exploring this topic with us.
It's been a lot of fun.
It has.
Remember, the future isn't something that just happens to us.
Yeah.
It's something we actively create.
We do.
Through our curiosity, our actions, and our willingness to challenge the status quo.
Absolutely.
Stay curious, stay engaged, and keep asking those tough questions.
The future is waiting.
Who knows what incredible discoveries await?
Yeah.
Yeah. It really is a fascinating thought, the power of a simple question,
Yeah.
DeepSeek's story is like a testament to the idea that curiosity can spark revolutions.
It really is. It reminds me of that quote by Einstein.
Oh, yeah.
The important thing is not to stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existing.
Wow, that's perfect.
DeepSeek really embodied that spirit, and look where it got them.
Yeah, it's inspiring, and it makes you wonder what other, groundbreaking innovations are just waiting to be discovered.
Right.
Simply by asking the right questions, by daring to challenge the, conventional wisdom.
What if we approached every problem, every challenge,
Right.
with that same level of curiosity and willingness to question those, established norms?
What if we stopped accepting things at face value and started digging deeper?
Yeah.
Seeking out new perspectives, asking why more often.
Imagine the possibilities, the breakthroughs
Yeah.
waiting to happen in science, technology, art, even our personal lives. Just by shifting our mindset from passive acceptance to active inquiry.
It's about embracing that spirit of exploration,
Yeah.
of constantly seeking out new knowledge and understanding.
Yes. Yeah.
It's about fostering a culture of curiosity, not just in ourselves, but in our communities, our workplaces, in the next generation.
Think about the impact we could have if we encouraged children to question everything,
Right.
to explore their curiosity without fear of judgment. I mean, we could unlock this wave of creativity and innovation
Right.
that could transform the world.
And it all starts with a simple question. So as we wrap up this deep dive into DeepSeek and the future of AI, we leave you with this challenge. Embrace your curiosity.
Ask those tough questions.
Never stop exploring.
The future is waiting to be shaped by those who dare to question, to challenge, and to imagine a world beyond the limits of what we currently believe is possible.
That's it for this deep dive.
We hope you enjoyed exploring this fascinating topic with us.
Until next time, keep diving deep.